This to me was more of a like, hey man, we're fucking normal people like you guys are.
This is Big B telling you to listen to Top's Daily Grind.
It doesn't matter what skill set you have, what experience level you have. You can be fucking Delta Force SWAT team operator 6, SAS guy.
Actually, in Colombia, they call me Rambita.
Do they, Joe?
Mm-hmm. I'm your host, Aaron. I got a couple jokers with me here today.
I'm not fucked up. I'm drunk. And then when I'm done with that, I put Vaseline, actually, around the edges. Just ordered somebody might have.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 109 of Top's Daily Grind. Today we have Leo running the controls over there.
Yeah.
And he's doing pretty good. Did you hit the thing?
Yeah, it's good.
And then you raise the volume back up?
Yeah.
Can you push one of those green buttons?
Got you.
And now it's time for the
Oh, no,
Fuck You
not
of
that
the
one.
week.
No, we haven't done that in a
That
while.
one's
Who
fine.
is the fuck you of the week?
John.
Fuck you, John.
Fuck you, John.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just kidding.
Definitely John.
We need one. We need one. We haven't
It's
done
clearly
it in a long
John.
time.
Everyone who hasn't shook John's hand, huh, John?
Yeah.
That should be the fuck you of the week.
I'm gonna tell Hector.
Oh,
as soon
you
as I
really?
see
You
him.
want to
Oh,
try
as
to
soon
say
as I
that to
see him.
Hector?
No, don't tell him.
Seems like a bad idea.
Yeah.
No, don't tell him.
So if you guys are listening, if you ever see John in person, if
Don't
you don't say
say
if
bye
you
to
don't
him.
Just
if,
ignore him.
if you don't say hi to him or bye to him, he gets super
You know-
offended.
You know what, Jesus? That's another sticker. Make John with his hand just stuck out.
Okay.
And call it bye, John.
Yeah.
My John,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or,
I'm right- I'm
or
right here.
don't say bye.
I'm right here.
I'm right
I'm right here. There you go. Yeah.
Oh.
Hashtag I'm right here. Oh, shit.
But he does. He gets offended, and it's
I
because
think
he's
it
a
just
nice
sort
guy.
of hurts him.
Yeah, he's a nice guy, and so
He
he
is.
wants to
He's
say
a good-
hi
he's
to
a good
people. He wants to say bye to people.
Is he a nice guy like those guys that say I'm a nice guy? Why don't you date me?
Yeah, the nice guys always
He's-
finish last.
he's
Time.
Like
the-
an incel?
Like, yeah, in South.
He's the where's my hug guy. Do you guys remember that?
Oh,
in high
he's the
school?
gay friend.
No, not the gay friend. It was always the guy who never got girls at school. Well, for me, an experience. They're like, "Where's my hug?"
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like Maya to this day.
You never experienced that in high school. So it was mainly like the overweight, ugly dudes in high school. And
I was the overweight, ugly dude in high school. I
Fuck
don't
you,
remember.
Edgar.
Yeah, fuck you. I don't remember any of that shit.
no, obviously you weren't because you didn't experience it or you didn't do it to people.
The girls just
Oh,
didn't
do you
talk
used
to
to
him.
do
Yeah,
that to
exactly.
girls? No, the where's my hug guy? No.
No, I wasn't that.
Where's my hug? Imagine.
Come on, bring it in.
You seem like the really antisocial,
I was.
don't give a fuck guy.
I was. No, I was pretty social.
Like, see, in high
but-
school, there wasn't girls like, hey, Leo, it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
I see him now, married or whatever. Hey, Leo, long time no see. What the fuck? You didn't do that in school. You just fucking knew me.
Well, maybe because they were. Well, if it was in high school, they were probably scared at you.
No, but that
like
was pretty cool.
Like during lunch, we'd just go out and play football. Like just
Oh, you were that kind of kid.
yeah,
No, like we
What's that
sat
supposed to
like
mean?
at Bonneville.
fat. I don't know.
I don't understand that.
Yeah, I don't either. But we didn't really.
Oh,
hang
you played sports?
Yeah.
what were you thinking? Like, what's that supposed to mean?
We're talking about high school, right?
Yeah, high school. Yeah, during lunch breaks, we'd run outside and just play. Just
Yeah,
Football,
I mean,
soccer.
yeah. It
And
was
we would
mostly
go-
football
we would
because
go. So there at Bonneville, there's that wall. We would all sit after lunch. Well, I mean during lunch, everybody would just sit
and
there.
after lunch. Come on.
What's that?
And after lunch sometimes.
No, that'd be like before. I think
Oh.
we'd go to lunch and then
Oh,
sleep.
and then leave.
Yeah, and then sleep.
Yeah. But anyway, you're saying
About
you guys were saying. I don't know. I
No,
interrupted
no, no.
you.
'cause
But
he was saying that they would go out there and hang out.
yeah,
instead
we
of
would go
going
hang out.
to-
But like I said, there were girls or even guys like. I never talked to them in high school, but out here now they see me. Hey, what's up, bro? Give me a hug. What the fuck?
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know you.
Well, you have this connection because you went to the same building for 4 years.
Again, they never said hi to me once.
In there. Yeah, I think now they build like classrooms there, like those.
Yeah, they have the trailers out there, and then they added
That's where
more
we
to
used
the
to
gym.
play.
That's what
Yeah,
they said. They
we
were
played-
temporarily
to the
only in those
football.
fucking trailers, and they stay there forever.
Yeah, they were temporary, huh?
It was supposed to be temporary.
Yeah, but they
Yeah.
kept them.
Same thing happened in St. Anthony.
I think
They
it
added,
happened
like,
in
4
every
trailers.
school.
So it was
Yeah.
temporary because they added a lot to the school. Like they added another gym and more classes, or more classrooms, I think. And so they were supposed to use these as temporary ones until those other ones got finished.
Got finished.
But just there's so many kids now that
just
they
got
needed
them.
those extra.
Yeah,
ones.
but if you go around town, them trailers are everywhere.
Which ones?
The double white,
Oh yeah.
they're everywhere now.
Yeah, I've seen them a lot. Of
Yeah, the
schools.
elementaries have at least one or two.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they add them like And then, we're going to build a new school, and then they don't.
Because
They
didn't
just keep 'em.
Bonneville have only one, and now they have like what, four or five of them?
It's a cheap way to add
Dude, Hillcrest had
classrooms.
a ton of those.
And it's cool. You know, it's cool.
It worked because I remember in Sand Creek when I went to Sand Creek, which is the middle school here. That's where they would have Spanish. Like the Spanish class was out in the build. It was like a little trailer out there. They would have it out there. That's where I first experienced it. But
You went to the Hillcrest?
so I went to Sand Creek, and then a lot of my friends were gonna go over to Bonneville, and so I ended up getting like that whole waiver thing to transfer over to Bonneville. I should have been.
Which is
going
weird
to
because
Hillcrest.
your house is closer to Bonneville.
No, they changed the.
Boundaries.
They changed the boundaries
When
now.
Thunder Ridge came, they changed all the boundaries.
They were gerrymandering
Yeah. Hey, this is
for
schools.
schools. Yeah. Yeah.
Go to Bonneville.
Gladly signed
Everybody
it
knows
off.
that.
They gotta
you
keep-
can go to
They
Bonneville.
got to keep it set a certain way.
But it's weird not during my grade.
Yeah, they added a lot. I don't know when's the last time you guys went into Bonneville.
I wouldn't Lali plays basketball, so she plays there.
Yeah.
They play there a lot, and so
Oh, I haven't been in there.
Are you in the?
I still
are you
remember
in
the smell, though.
You went to Bonneville, right?
Yeah, for 2 years.
So you remember that middle area where they had just lockers all the way
Commons?
around?
Commons.
Yeah, the commons. Now there's lockers everywhere.
I haven't been all the way.
They don't
there.
have.
Are you guys?
They don't
are
have the
you,
space.
Are you guys in the
Really?
yearbook or no?
My picture's not in there.
John's been trying to ask this question for like 5 minutes.
I'll go back and find this.
Oh,
shit.
go to the
outside of the
elementary. I got like a big old afro.
I found
fucking
the
ponytail.
You do?
I found the so if you go to classmates.com,
I'm not as cute as I am now.
you can view the yearbooks.
What
on
year
there.
did you graduate?
I was supposed to be class of 2003.
2000.
Did you graduate?
And then
No, I dropped out 2001.
I was like a little chubby Mexican with the big ass afro.
what year did you graduate?
02.
Oh, because you guys might be in my
Yours was
freshman
02? I
class.
thought yours was 01.
It should have been a one.
Oh, shit. My bad.
So if
then
I
I
graduate,
What a dick.
if I graduated,
No, I didn't mean it that way.
I graduated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I
didn't
graduated
graduate.
with a 3.8.
if I graduated in 06, would you guys
I
be
would have graduated with a 2.1.
in any
What's
of my
that?
yearbooks?
Probably didn't graduate. Huh?
All right, what school
I
am
would have
looking
been.
up?
What year?
I graduated
Bonneville.
in 06.
Bonneville?
Oh, 6 now.
John.
Dude.
Is it called Classmates?
No, because
What
that
year?
means you would have gone to Bonneville. Your first year would have been 2002.
2000,
Oh, and you guys weren't there.
2000, 2000.
I dropped out 2001.
Leo.
We would have. I
Okay.
would have been in your yearbook
Okay.
as a senior,
That makes sense.
or as a senior your second year.
Nice.
He's right by the trash can.
But I
I'm
dropped
not even
out.
drinking
Oh, you have to
2000.
sign up for it.
Nah, you just sign in.
I don't have an account there.
Yeah.
Well, make an
Why
account.
would I have an account there? Do you have an account?
I had an account. I just don't remember any of my shit. But I could probably sign up.
John will make one right now.
I'm making one right now.
Yeah, John.
This is
you
almost-
you,
He-
you
he
do that
wants-
while we're all talking.
What high school? Bonneville. Oh damn! It has
Okay, keep
all
it to
the
yourself.
school.
Yeah, keep it to
Yeah,
yourself.
you don't need to do that out loud.
He's gonna read the
We're gonna have a
instructions.
conversation while you do that. Okay?
Password.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh, you can log in with Facebook. Not that you'd want it, but yeah. So
Yeah.
well, so I dropped out in 2001. So plus the year that I would have been in that yearbook, like there's no picture of me. It's just a name. Like I sloughed that day, I think.
Oh,
I did too,
Do
probably.
you did you guys all take Spanish in high school?
Yeah. Yes.
Did you do it like just for an easy class or like
No, they
actually-
made it. That was our.
there was a certain amount of credits you needed for,
Yeah,
for
and that-
Spanish
and that
or
thing.
a language, but we would take Spanish because it was easy.
Yeah.
No, but we would do Spanish, but we did the like ESL was in there too.
The only reason they made me take ESL was because they sloughed so much that
They made it help me
really?
with my
Yeah.
fucking.
you seem
homework
like a
'cause I never-
rule follower,
me.
not a rule breaker.
I was, man. I was up until high school, I think.
Could you imagine Jesus being a rebel like that?
I wasn't a rebel.
I
It's
think
just I didn't.
I think everybody sloves in high school.
I
Craig
slept a
didn't.
lot.
Look at Craig. He didn't fucking.
Okay,
Dude, I slept like
most people.
I think I slept less than 5 times.
I was able
total.
to work it because they
Well,
had.
see, you still slough though.
Yeah, once or twice.
Yeah, see, like
I
everyone
slept
does
for a fucking month and a half, and they didn't
So
even know.
in St. Anthony, the last Friday of May, they do this thing called the Fisherman's Breakfast. And then sometimes they would try to make kids go to school that day, which was fucking stupid. And so I slept on that day once or twice. But that's about it. But that's it.
Rebel.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
I slept with my mom and dad.
Yeah, I think
This was in color back in the day, was it? I hope so.
Just a few pages are in color. The seniors get color pictures. The rest, everybody else got black and white.
Really?
2022 Bonneville Can you search people?
I'm looking.
That's 2022. Yeah,
20
20 years ago, man.
It's 2002. This one I can't read.
Yeah, 2000. Looking for the
Just pay
2000.
for everything.
Look for the 2000.
Everything that it asks you to
Skarks?
pay for.
I think it's making you pay for everything.
Yeah,
Look-
just pay for
Yeah,
it.
they'll pay for it. It's his phone.
Sign up. It's only $150 a month.
There's Colt Landon.
Uh,
Yeah, so do the
Click on the pages.
2001 or 2000 yearbook.
I'm on 2002.
No, I wouldn't be in 2002. I dropped that day.
Oh, we're lucky.
Yeah,
I
so
think
anyway, he would have graduated.
He said he graduated
No,
too.
I think I'm in that one.
2002, but at Lincoln.
I think I'm in that one.
Oh, should have said
No,
that.
I
That's
think
why
I'm
you-
in that one.
If you're gonna look for him, look for 2000. You're probably in that one.
This is probably my freshman year. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
that's your
rem-
freshman year.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. I remember.
How do you go? Purchase?
No.
Shut up, John.
Purchase a 20 by 30 of them. What
how
do
do
you do?
you go back to this shit?
just where you're at. I don't know why you took it.
Yeah, it's crazy
Oh, hold on. Go.
seeing all these
Hold on.
kids. Because like when you're there, everybody looks like an adult. Like
Yeah.
they look big, and then
Now that I
now
go
you look
to,
back and you're like, all these little
to
kids.
my daughter's basketball game, I'm like, fuck little fucking kid.
All these little kids.
And they're all fucking seniors.
Yeah, because the seniors look like
In
fucking
2000,
grown ass
what grade
people,
is that?
man.
This is 2002.
No, go to 2000, like
2000.
Go to a different year.
Yeah, go to 2000.
Yeah, we just bought like I don't know how many pictures.
Yeah, you only get like one free. You guys have looked up 15 people.
When's the last time you guys looked at your yearbooks?
Never.
My mom
Long
never
time
bought
ago.
me one.
I actually just found the box that they're in while I was moving.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
didn't even know where it was.
The flamingo stealing Craig.
Yeah, we were like moving shit, right? And there's a box. I'm like, why would I keep this shoe box? And I was like, oh, okay.
Did your school have A days and B days?
Yes.
What is
Yeah.
Bonneville had A days and B days, so I could
I don't
still have
think
2
so.
days, and it only counted as one.
This fucking guy.
Yeah, that's true.
And I
I'm
only
so surprised at you right now.
I didn't really like sloughing B days because that's where I had art and
yeah,
there
world
a hot- was there a hot
geography
girl in
and
your
algebra.
class?
I love algebra. No,
Oh,
I
it's
just
'cause
like
of the class?
I just liked art and I liked algebra.
so
I don't remember what fucking class.
I was sloughing a lot too until I realized if you get to a certain point with your credits, you can take work release and early release your like final years. So
Work release. Like
Yeah.
you're in jail.
no,
Yes.
you can go work and all you have to do is show them a pay stub and you have to work a certain amount of hours and you get a credit for it.
Really?
And so I would do that, and so like A days I would show up for one class, and then B days I would show up for one class and then just leave because I was done.
Oh, yeah. Mine was because so A days I had my first class was English and my second was reading, so fuck both of those.
Mm-mm.
And then I had social studies and science. I like science, but
Yeah, art,
not enough to go.
history, and I don't remember the other one. That I didn't like any of them.
Yeah. Looking back, I'm like, fuck, I'm so dumb. Like I should have just finished. But then again, I know a few people that did graduate and they're not doing so hot.
Yeah.
So at
No,
the end of
yeah.
the day, you know.
It's not
I don't
even that. You know, it's more than anything. It's who you want to become.
Do you
know?
remember Brandy Bird?
Oh yeah.
Can you not say names? Por favor.
Oh, because Brandy Bird's gonna hear this.
How do you know?
Watch.
Brandy Bird might not hear this, but
Someone that knows her.
somebody that knows her, or
Just say her name one more time.
yeah.
Whiskey.
Brandy. Okay,
Fox.
Okay. Anyway,
Oh shit.
am I the only one that liked school?
no, I love I
I like
like
school.
school. But
I
don't
liked
know.
school.
Like
don't
when
know.
I graduated, when like my final year, I love school. You know what? To be honest, the thing I didn't like about school was the teachers. They didn't give a fuck about you.
For the homework.
Oh yeah, that
You know,
That's
the,
cool.
the fucking the
I like the building.
like the douchebag that fucking kicked me out, the counselor that kicked me out of. You know, I had to prove to him that I sloughed for a month and a half, and I still got a fucking C and a B in a fucking class. Like I showed him. I'm like, you think you guys care about what we do? Like
He
I
didn't
got a
even know
B
you
and
were
I
not
got a
there?
C, and I didn't go to that class in a fucking month and a half.
And he didn't
I
know
slept.
you weren't even there?
No. The reason that they found out, I don't know how it was at the end, and then he went through and he seen that I slept for a month, and I'm like, it was a month and a half. It wasn't even a fucking a month. He said it was 2 weeks that I hadn't been there. I'm like, no, it's fucking a month and a half.
Do you guys think that
Jeez.
that conspiracy theory about how school is just a way to get people to become employees?
Workers. It could be true
I
because
don't think that's necessarily.
they
on
don't
purpose.
change the school system. They just keep it the same. Like some of the things that people should be learning right now is like financial
Exactly.
literacy, like how to
He missed that
spend
day.
your money.
Yeah.
Oh, nailed it.
What?
He was talking shit.
I was just thinking.
No, but you know what I mean. Like learning how to like use your money, invest your money, instead of learning how to like what happened back in the day, World War II. Like, which is important to know, but it shouldn't be
Yeah,
the
nowadays,
stuff that is
seriously.
super required.
And like, you know, writing is a skill that I personally think you need to have. You know, like nice fucking handwriting. Now they took that away. Nobody learns that shit anymore.
Yeah,
Oh,
they just
everything's
type.
type.
do
Everything.
they still do those like the
Now
keyboard?
it's just emojis.
Do they do the like the what was
Typing.
it?
No,
The classes for typing?
no.
They don't do those
None of
anymore.
my kids-
classes?
They don't even have to teach kids
because
how to do that
because
anymore.
I've
They
seen.
just all know.
I think my brother he does the whole 2-finger thing.
Yeah.
Because they're used to.
Yeah. Before they would put that box over your head with the little
Yeah,
drape
and
so
put
you
the
couldn't
fucking
see.
paper on top, and so you just look at the paper and sort of guess where everything
We had
was
this little
The
number
paper was
muncher
only
game.
if you were really bad at typing.
at. And I sucked.
Yeah,
It was.
because if you were decent, it'd just be the cardboard.
No,
That's weird,
For
'cause-
mine that did the paper guy sucked. And
Really?
still, right now, I still fucking type, but I'm fucking one finger typer.
It sucked at the time, but now
Maybe
I'm
I'm
glad.
wrong, I don't know.
Now I'm glad
Maybe
I
they
got
just
it.
gave me one that was
able
ripped.
to do it because now I can type.
You guys had like a really boring way over there. We had like a game.
Yeah, Mevis Beacon.
was
No,
like a-
well, yeah, we had games too.
Oh, okay. I was
We
like,
had
we had
that
this
too.
typing game. It was called like Number Munchers or some shit. And the numbers would like fall down the screen.
Maybe
and you
it's
would just
Beacon.
type them before they hit the
The
bottom.
numbers or letters or
yeah,
everything.
Yeah. And you just had to like catch them before they hit the bottom.
And you
of
had
the
a
screen.
fucking hand editor to scoot over.
That was back
or
in the
whatever it
70s,
was.
though. When he went
Yeah,
first.
I've
Isn't
never.
it Mavis
that
Beacon?
was back
Pretty sure
when-
they didn't have computers in the 70s.
That was when
Yeah,
the Atari
typewriters.
came out.
You still have to learn how to type.
Yeah, but there's not a fucking there's not shit going down a screen and on a typewriter.
Maybe there's like a.
There's a teacher fucking
teacher-
holding up a
I
I
fucking.
wasn't even born in the 70s,
I
motherfucker.
didn't realize they had computers when you were.
My dad actually got
No leak in high
computer
school.
like he was getting
No,
computers
Bonneville.
when they were just
I was
very,
in
very
Bonneville
first
221.
becoming available in houses.
Yeah, because computers
I
have
know
been
one of
around
them.
since the 60s. But
Yeah,
they were
yeah,
like
but they
the
were
size of
huge.
rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so my dad, like, I remember when computers started becoming a thing, and then when the internet became a thing, he was like one of the first people in my neighborhood that was like getting one and trying to figure it out and learn
That's
and
cool.
stuff.
Yeah, see, for me, I think so. When I was growing up, obviously, a lot of my uncles and the ones that were old or young enough to go to school, I grew up with them. But they would always slough. They would always like do this thing, and they would always have money because they were working instead of going to school. So when you're growing up, you're thinking he's doing okay because look, he has a car, he has like this, he's buying jewelry and things like that. So you're like, I don't need to go.
School is for suckers.
Yeah, like I don't need to go, like, cause he would always tell me, "Oh, I'm
It's not,
gonna go slough and do this. I'm gonna go slough and do that." And I was trying to be like that. And I was like, "No, I gotta go to class." He said, "No, like we'll go and do this." And like some girls are going, and I'm like, "All right, cool, let's go." You know, just because probably the people that were around me and the things that I would see. That's why I thought school was kind of whatever, just mainly for girls.
Yeah, no, I like I said, nowadays, if I could go back and go to school, I would. You know.
Yeah, I would do it
but-
differently
but-
now.
I don't view it
I
as
know.
so like I don't even remember who asked the question, but somebody was asking like, do you think it's so that they're like just to train employees?
Go, John.
I don't necessarily think that. I think
2002.
that there's several types of intelligence, and I think that most of the way that schools are run in the country is to teach people how to be teachers. Like you were saying, they don't really teach you a skill in most cases. You learn about math, and you learn about writing, and you learn about history and stuff like that, and that's great if you're going to be a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you need all that knowledge base, you need all that stuff, but they don't teach you how to manage money. They don't teach you, like in my school there was a woodshop class and there was a pottery class and there's classes that would teach you how to make things and how to do stuff, and like
For
a
us,
lot of
it's called
schools don't even have that
exploratory.
anymore.
I don't know if that's what it was called for you. Exploratory.
No,
Exploratory.
I never.
It was like a wood class, a sewing class, a metal class.
That was in middle school,
yeah.
right? In the,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I don't remember that from middle school. They had like it wasn't like a multiple discipline type class. It was one thing.
Mm.
You know, it was if it was like a woodworking class, it was all shop. You know. it
So
wasn't-
for us, it was the same thing, but you got to choose like what class you wanted to do in
Yeah,
exploratory.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I did Word.
Oh, so you had to pick one of those? Oh shit. Okay.
You,
yeah,
you,
I
had,
don't-
you had to have
The
exploratory
first
class.
year, so the first year as a freshman in Bonneville, they had 4 classes, right? It was metal, tech,
Auto tech.
Auto-
auto tech.
I did auto tech.
Well, no,
for
they
5
had-
years.
They had the
They had-
drafting and computer tech,
Yeah,
where you build little like
because the wood one was over at Hillcrest, right? And you had to take the bus
and
over.
the drafting
Yeah.
and the one where the metal shop or whatever, where you made stuff out of metal.
Yeah. I remember
You poured.
I made a wagon
Dude, I fucked
my-
that up so bad.
for my lowrider bike.
So I was gonna make a giant key. It was badass. I never took it out of the mold. So when we poured the metal, it just fucked it up and yeah. So stupid.
Nice. No, I never. I
did a Word class.
Like I don't remember it ever being called exploratory where I was going to school, but I took a bunch of art classes. Like I always wanted to be able to draw and paint and do stuff like that, and I fucking suck at it. So I took a bunch of art classes, but never learned anything.
I wish I could draw. Like, so my older brother can draw really well, and he has really good penmanship. My younger brother too, and I think my youngest too. They can draw and they make it look easy, right? And I'm over here like I'll try to draw a stick figure and I'll fuck that up. Like, so it's really cool. I really think it's dope that people know how to draw.
I used to like to draw, but
No, and I hate it that people that do know how to draw and can draw pretty well, they don't do it. And I'm over here, I can barely even draw, so I don't even bother with it.
Yeah, and I can't.
I don't have the patience. Is what kills me.
I don't have.
I don't have the patience to just sit there. And,
I think it's something.
like
I know,
if we're just like talking, I can sit here and doodle. I'll do it right, but
I can't even do that.
But like if you're gonna be like do a nice
Portrait,
drawing that
yeah.
you're gonna hang somewhere, I don't have the patience.
Yeah, like for me to draw, like, draw that fucking horse and, and the fucking patch, whatever, I couldn't do that. But to do like a knife drawing or shit like that, it's easy. It's fast. But I couldn't sit there
Yeah,
and draw.
my people would usually have like giant heads and little bodies. Like
Or a big ass eye and then the other
proportions,
eye's
yeah.
fucking like this. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I was-
proportions weren't my thing.
I
Faces,
remember-
I could do faces. I can do faces. pretty
So
easy.
we had a copy of this one. So she lit it with one light, right? And now I know how it works. But there was like shadows on one side, and then like
The sphere.
It was a
The
sphere,
bowling
a
ball.
cylinder.
A
It was
cylinder,
a
a
triangle.
bottle.
Yeah, a
And
whole
a
bunch of
and a
things.
ball, a bowling ball.
And it's funny
Bowling ball.
because I started putting shadows on the opposite side too. Like
Everybody did that.
just because I was like, it looks so much
With
cool.
Mrs. Simon.
yeah.
And
So John, since you're still a child, basically, what kind of classes did you take that were exploratory, or
In
not just
nature.
not just a learn this kind of class, but like actually taught you a skill?
So we did have A days and B days, and my B days started off with robotics, and then half the day.
Oh, shit. You could have got into it with Troy right now.
Yeah, probably. And then the rest of the day was construction class.
they had a
Does he know who
construction
Troy is?
class.
Like, wait, what type
No,
of construction
he
class?
He couldn't.
Framing.
They really offer that?
Yeah, it's in the building over there in the technical. It's called Construction 1, 2, and 3.
I think he's bullshitting you.
So did you do
I'm calling
this?
BS on this.
Yeah. And then the A days was all my generals.
Yeah, with his teacher Nacho.
Nacho Libre.
No, Nacho,
My cousin.
his cousin, our cousin,
His cousin.
our cousin. I forget.
You
Hold on,
claimed
I'm confused. Did you really have a construction class?
Yes, well, there's auto body, there's
He's a gangster.
They call
There's,
BS on
Dame.
that.
auto body, there's a mechanic class. I forgot what it's called, automotive tech.
There's
And then
automotive
there's
tech and auto body.
Yeah.
Robotics.
Auto body's paying
and
out
then
of
construction.
Auto tech is
What about PE? No, I mean,
That's called.
I didn't mean it like that. I did not mean it like that, John. That was a serious question because I've heard a lot of of a
Did you
lot
have
of schools
PE weights?
getting rid of PE.
Did you slough? Did you slough on those B days?
Oh God,
Because it looked like you sloughed.
that is not why I asked, John. That was a serious question because a lot of schools are getting rid of PE programs, aren't they?
I think
No.
so. No. You know that's the only one that they're keeping. You know which class?
John.
I don't think there was a PE class, dude. I think there was like weights, and we were forced to take this lifestyle class that would take you like scuba diving.
No. Physical education, PE.
No, I don't think it exists.
I was drinking Clinton.
Really?
Clinton's the one that did
Damn.
the.
How do they not?
No, they did. They had PE because even the kids right now. a lot of
Well,
these
yeah,
still
middle
have-
school and
you know why
elementary,
he,
but
you
not
know why he
high
doesn't
school.
because they call it physical
Did you
education.
guys,
Did you guys have intramurals?
Oh yeah, like I
Intramurals?
don't remember PE in high school.
Yeah, I don't
It was
know.
only middle school.
Really?
No, they had PE at Bonneville. It was called physical education, and then there was
Yeah.
another one.
Well, you
Hence-
slept for a month and a half.
Hence
So.
PE.
Yeah, because I remember I took PE.
Because at Rocky Mountain, they had intramurals. Those were fun. Like, you could sign up as a team and play during
Yeah.
lunch.
Oh yeah, I remember those.
Yeah, those were badass.
Yeah, I remember
I
those.
only signed up for the soccer one.
No, you know what's funny? Because when in
And
PE,
dodgeball was
John
badass.
Slow.
Dodgeball was
It-
so much fun.
Dodgeball was the shit, man.
when we would play soccer in PE, they're like, "We want Edgar on our team because he's Mexican and he's good at
Yeah,
soccer." And
but-
I'm like, "I fucking suck." dude."
Can you pull my? Can you pull this that way? Because
I remember playing dodgeball in elementary, but when I used to go in Washington, and I remember once they threw like one of those giant rubber balls on.
The
I
one they used to
jumped-
play softball with.
Yeah.
Those fuckers.
Yeah.
You mean kickball?
Kickball.
Kickball. Sorry,
yeah.
kickball.
I jumped and I stepped on that fucking ball and just, oh man, I couldn't.
You
like,
couldn't-
I hit my arm and I couldn't fucking unbend it for like a week.
So we would play kickball.
Nobody
but
gave a
with,
shit.
with those
It was
balls.
fun.
With those balls, and but play dodgeball. You know, they line them up and you start kicking.
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
And I got hit fucking in the stomach, dude. I couldn't breathe for like 10 hours. It felt like.
Dude, I've gotten,
Probably like a couple seconds, but
I got
fuck.
hit in the throat. Fuck, that hurts.
you were a bigger target, so I mean, I understand.
We would use
Cálmate, pinche chaparrín.
Okay, John.
Cálmate, nano.
we started
Shut up,
using
you
the
slow
smaller
pee.
ones.
Craig said it.
John, I wasn't trying to burn you.
You know,
seriously,
I was
this is a
in
real
high school,
question.
man.
You know which class I never took that I wish I could have taken is the debate.
Oh Jesus,
Oh.
those kids
I don't know,
are
like,
weird
I'm-
as hell, man.
So my niece, Hector's daughter, she went all the way up to. They took her to DC, I think, for debate.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that's usually where they take them. Well, my batch of like high school debate kids, weird as fuck.
Oh,
Because
absolutely.
you could see, like you could tell if they were in
Absolutely
debate
weird.
because they'd be spinning their pencils.
Really?
Like, oh, that motherfucker's in debate.
Yeah, they would
He's
be
on the
going,
debate
going,
team.
going.
Yeah, they'd all be flipping
Yeah,
their
they'd all be
pencils
flipping
or
their
like
pencils
quarters or
and-
whatever.
They
Yeah.
were like a clique, dude. Like during lunch, they would go eat lunch
Argue
in
with each
the
other?
debate room. I don't know, dude. They were weird. Like
They argue over everything.
So we're gonna have a debate here.
Do we have to follow the regular debate rules?
No,
or do we
no,
need to
there's
look
no-
this
Hearsay,
shit up? 'Cause-
therefore.
hearsay? No, so we wrote down. So just moving the show along before we have to go.
this is true.
So-
Adjourns.
Well,
we got time.
We'll be adding our school. Okay,
No, you're good. You're
Okay.
good. Continue, but
Then let me continue.
You're making it seem like it's almost over, but like
No,
we got plenty of time here.
we have a lot of stuff that we want to get through.
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah,
some
yeah,
of
yeah.
it, like one of these questions, might take an hour, and then fuck the other four or
then we're
five
done.
questions. You know,
Good point.
and so
Continue.
yeah,
This is debate.
It's just debate. If you
Sorry.
smack that thing again,
he's gonna take it away from you.
I'm gonna smack. No.
Oh, leave it there.
No, you're the one always taking shit away from Leo. I'm taking that away from
I've
you
never took anything away from
all
Leo.
the time.
Well, it's because he's further away now.
Yeah, he's further away.
I actually always have you take it away.
That's true.
Yeah, so you're kind
Sorry.
Anyway,
Fucking asshole.
so we're just kind of talking the other day and just be like, we're just asking like, what would happen if this happened? What
Oh, yeah.
happened? He's like, why don't we do a show where we just ask, what do you think would happen if you know X thing happened? So the one that we were kind of debating down there, kind of just talking about, was what would happen if all of a sudden just the bolts disappeared. Bolts, not
Every
screws.
single bolt.
Screws are fine. Any hardware that holds shit together that's not a bolt is fine, but just bolts. All of a sudden, bolts disappear.
So bolts disappeared, nuts are falling, right? That's
Yeah, well, yeah. Technically, yes. Technically, yes.
yes.
What do you
There'd
think?
be a whole lot of nuts around for like no reason.
yeah.
Exactly.
What do you think would happen? What
go.
would change?
So let me just ask one question. If the bolts disappear, is it like they magic like we had bolts and then we
Yeah,
didn't have bolts
yeah.
and they just disappeared?
They just
Correct.
disappeared. It's not like
So
we
there's
never knew
shits
they
assemb-
existed.
So shit's assembled, everything's assembled with nuts and bolts.
So
Engine
you're-
falls apart in an instant.
So planes fall out of the sky, cars
I
crash.
think they use rivets.
They use
on their
rivets.
airplanes.
but
they use
there's still
rivets.
bolts in the engines and shit.
There's
Yeah,
still bolts
your-
somewhere,
All your engines are.
but I think the wings are riveted. So I think
So your wings would be fine, but
You could glide somewhere.
You could kind of glide, but I don't know if you'd have control because the controls might have bolts on them to bolt them to something. I don't unless
that's
they're
probably
fly by
by
wire.
wire.
I bet they do.
Unless they're
I
fly
bet
by
they do.
wire. If they're fly by wire, you might be okay to a certain degree. But I'm sure the actuators and all of that shit that moves stuff, the hydraulic systems, they have bolts. They have
Well,
to have
depending on
bolts.
the type of plane, it's just gonna
The
drop like
the
a rock.
podcast would be gone because whatever the internet tower or satellite that's being used to upload it is gone.
Oh yeah, this
Everything.
The
I'm
power
thinking, like,
plant is gone.
cars. Your ass will be
Almost-
on the ground right now. Chair.
Oh, yeah.
everything.
These chairs have
So
bolts.
you're saying they just disappear?
they just
Yes.
disappear. So all of a
Gone.
sudden you're like
Gone.
wobbly because your bolts just were gone, and then you hear the ladies screaming down there because their chairs fell.
So, if the bolts just disappear, they're still gonna be nuts,
Yeah,
right? And people are gonna be like, and
Now
then
what
they're
do we
gonna
do?
reverse engineer the bolts. They'll just remake bolts.
Yeah, they can make
yeah,
pins.
Fine, it's fine.
So you okay?
But
So
for one,
How long? Yeah. So for months, for
Because
maybe
the companies
a couple
that
years,
make the companies that make bolts, they can still technically keep making them,
correct.
but they have to redo them.
so
But
the entire bolt disappears,
just the
Yeah.
bolt,
not
Yeah.
just the head.
the bolt.
the bolt
The
and
bolt.
the thread.
everything.
Everything.
The
whole-
nut is still somewhere.
yeah, the nut's a different piece.
So I mean,
but
we
the
have a
bolt,
bunch of nuts everywhere,
lots of nuts.
Jeez,
but no
nuts.
bolts. How about you, John?
I fucking think that just like the cars,
What do you think would be the first thing that like?
power would go off because they use big bolts to be able to use the. I'm thinking like water and the dams where they have the turbines. Those would fall apart. Fucking windmills would probably fall apart.
I think the world would just shut down.
Mass
For
chaos.
yeah.
How long?
Oh,
Years.
Do you see
Dude,
the?
it would take
a few
so,
months.
like
Plus everything that breaks.
Because now you can't get so the new bolts that are going to be manufactured can't be manufactured because the machines that probably manufacture the bolts need bolts to fucking manufacture the damn
well, and
bolts.
to get the materials to the machines to make the
Exactly.
bolts, they're all fucked.
To fix what broke when the bolts disappeared.
Oh fuck!
And just think
That's
about
what
a
I
lot of shit's
said.
getting broke.
John, we're not disagreeing with you,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Oh, sorry.
and think about the people that are gonna die in the
Bitch.
process.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a lot.
My bad.
So 7. What is it? Are we like at 9 billion yet?
People?
Yeah.
Probably.
How many people do you think would
Probably
die
close
that day?
Oh, dude. Anybody with terminal illnesses that require constant medication, done.
Okay.
Done.
Not just that. Like, say this
Game
building
over.
was built on bolts. What if it just collapses?
Yeah. So lots
All
of
fucking
buildings that have.
skyscrapers and shit.
I mean, most skyscrapers use rivets too,
Or weld.
or welded.
But like all the wind turbines, they're only held to the floor by nuts and bolts.
but giant ass bolts.
Same with a lot of the power
So they
lines.
just like. And then,
Oh yeah,
a lot of the big ass
lines.
power lines that are the metal ones, they have a cement footing
Yeah,
and then bolts.
giant bolts.
hold
But-
them into
But
the
even
ground.
if they weren't made out of bolts, there's bolts in there somewhere. So it's
Somewhere.
gonna it's gonna throw it off completely.
everything off.
There should be bolts in this somehow.
So, like, imagine it like in the 1700s, all of a sudden bolts disappeared. Does anything happen?
No, not as bad.
No.
in what year?
Like 1700s, 1800s.
Whoa.
Definitely not.
When did they start manufacturing?
Oh, the
bolts?
fucking wheel off the wagon.
I
Just
think
tips.
during the Industrial
And then they
Revolution,
put a
right?
piece of wood in it and
Like,
they keep going.
and
So,
like
like,
mid
Stick.
No,
1800s,
1800s.
or something like that.
yeah, they had some pretty sophisticated stuff. Like even
Hey, John, Google it. When were bolts invented? Because I mean, we still have screws. So I mean, technically, we could
think-
replace some stuff.
I think what was first, screws or bolts? I think screws.
Screws.
Probably
Yeah.
screws.
Yeah. I think
But you'd be
Screws would've come
surprised
after nails.
because lighters were before matches.
400 BC. Fuck,
See?
we'd be fucked.
For
Where?
what? For bolts?
400
Yeah, it says
BC.
when was the first bolt made? When the
shit.
history of all threads can be tracked back to 400 BC.
Oh fuck!
I think they can go back further than that. For
that's why I
some-
said
I
like
thought
if-
1800s, man. But
And
that's
then it
just
says
like
that
in-
the most
in mass
significant
production?
developments in
Absolutely.
modern day.
If you look
bolt
back,
and screw
uh,
processes were made during the last 150 years.
so.
Yeah, there you go.
So we're looking at a world population counter. How fast do you think that would go down to like 5 or 6
So right now we're at 7.9 billion.
I think after all the count, it's going to take a couple weeks to get all the dead people counted.
it's gonna take longer than months because think about the World Trade Center when that broke. So imagine a lot of these buildings, and now you're gonna have less manpower, less communication,
less equipment.
less equipment.
No, but you were saying how long will it take that to go from 7.9 down to what?
to like 6 or 5
Seconds.
dude. You like
How fast would we lose
30
Imagine
2
China
billion people?
or Tokyo.
like about 30 people died while you were explaining whatever it was you were explaining.
Yeah, it would be kind of like Thanos's.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's
I don't want to go.
Unless you're a kid in St. Anthony jumping off the bridge.
there's many thousands of
I don't
people.
feel so good.
No, there's many thousands of people that would die immediately from stuff crashing and stuff collapsing.
Millions.
if not millions.
Oh,
yeah.
there's got
Millions.
to millions.
I have to. It has to be.
Easy.
Yeah,
Because
around
like
the
if we're
world,
just
probably.
at work and this thing just we're all fucked.
Yeah, because it could even be something that you didn't even think of. Like,
Why?
say this did bust, landed on his head, hit it
I
in
think
the
this
right
building
spot.
wouldn't. I don't think it.
No, I think this building.
There
has
has to be
screws.
bolts on
What about
there.
the trusses?
No.
What about,
Yeah, on that side
what
they're all
about the
bolts.
trusses?
I think
The
screws.
trusses are.
No, they're the trusses on that side of the building are bolts.
Yeah, but the bolts, like, I think we'll be able to get out. I think the bolts will, when they disappear, I think there's still structural integrity that'll be fine for a bit. But it's going to be really, really.
Yeah, but
flimsy.
how are you going to know? Oh, shit, I think the bolts disappered.
nuts
You know
would
why
fall
it's
to the
not?
ground. Gonna hit the ground.
Because the
Yeah.
force that pushes outwards would cave the roof.
Maybe.
Yeah,
It
he
could-
took instruction.
he did take instruction.
He was a construction.
Went
he did
to
do
and
concrete.
Drafting.
Yeah.
That's well, fair enough.
So
Good.
Thank you.
No, I don't think we would even know. If you saw like a bunch of...
I'm
You'd
right
be like, what
here.
the fuck happened?
Yeah, how long do you think it would take for us to figure out that all the bolts are gone?
Oh, dude.
Fast.
I don't think
I don't
so.
know.
Yeah,
Think about what
I,
the
I think
ground
I agree
fall-
with him.
Yeah.
We would fall. Things would start falling. And
But you didn't know why. You wouldn't be
Yeah,
like,
true. Oh, true. I guess.
is it like what
Earthquake?
happened? Earthquake? And then there's no TV probably. I don't know if
that's why it would
I
take a
don't-
long time to figure it out
Yeah.
because the communication
Would all stop.
is over.
We'd probably a lot of us die, if not most of us, because all the satellites falling from the sky. And
Well, they wouldn't fall. They were just
No,
over.
Just because they don't have bolts all of a sudden doesn't mean they're going to fall.
I mean, they
And
could.
satellites wouldn't.
A lot parts of
Really?
them could, because they just kind of float away.
Most of them would burn up before they hit the ground.
Yeah.
They'll that won't be an immediate thing. That'll take time. They're like satellites.
Bolts
A lot of satellites have
Guess you were
like
wrong, Craig.
corrections and stuff they got to make, and so that kind of stuff.
what
would
about
not
dams
happen.
blowing? Because there has to be bolts holding the gates that close them.
Well, the dam's mostly concrete, but
Yeah.
if there's-
Just a lot of chaos.
Yeah.
a lot of chaos.
A lot of chaos.
Within 3 days, people are going to start killing each other for food. That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's like you're so.
The people that are left.
We're about 9 meals away from chaos. Is how Kevin Reeve used to put it. Like
And they just
if all the trucks
put
that
icing
are
on the top,
delivering
Yellowstone
food,
goes off.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the bolts disappear and Yellowstone erupts.
There was one giant ball holding everything together.
Yeah, but yeah, that's like if the trucks aren't delivering food, communications down in 3 days, you got neighbors shooting each other for food.
Food and water.
Absolutely.
I got a grill.
Okay, if at any moment you guys come up with one,
I'm taking
it on.
John up in the hills with me.
Fuck.
I got you.
I got one. I got one. What?
You're
Okay,
immediately
just
going to
leave-
become a cannibal.
just leave one leg.
Like, Leo, the shipment of
Save
food's
me
coming
some of
tomorrow.
that.
Just leave me a leg.
What if Old Faithful in Yellowstone was actually just like pipes that blew steam instead of something natural?
People would be pissed.
It was some guy set it up like a while back, and
Yeah, it wasn't even meant to be something.
yeah,
Because I've heard rumors
The pipe broke and he
that
just left
it's
it
just
like
like it's not all like 100% natural. That it's just like they pump to make it blow every hour.
I swear I've heard of this before.
Yeah, it's not a.
I swear I've heard of this.
What do
It
you
doesn't
you
blow
believe
every
that's true?
hour.
I don't really give.
that. Why do you bring
Then
it
why
up?
you bring
I'm
it
just
up?
thinking about it. Bolts, fucking that bitch is holding the bolts. We ain't having no Old Faithful.
I've never heard this conspiracy theory.
I've heard it a lot.
I've heard it before too. I've heard it somewhere. You're not the first person.
It could
to
be
say
why
it.
they don't let you get close to it. So
That
you
no, what I heard was that Old Faithful stopped being so faithful a while
Yes,
back.
yes.
and so they're doing something to make it still be
Faithful.
faithful on time.
not
Yeah.
cheating little bitch.
So that they were doing something to keep it so that people like still go. I don't know.
Instead of just like,
It's like Viagra.
It brings thousands and thousands of people just to see
Yeah,
that
millions,
fucking
yeah.
thing.
imagine if it was just like a little,
Oh, I hate when like a family from out of town. They're like, "Oh, we want to go to Yellowstone to see what," and then like, "Oh, Old Faithful." I'm like, "Bruh,"
Yeah.
and then there you
Mira,
go.
You don't want to go.
Mira.
John,
We're gonna go. You hear that? That's gonna be the next trip to go up there and take pictures.
Of
John,
course, we're
Old
gonna.
He's not going. He
Old
doesn't.
Faithful is an incredible thing.
Yeah, it might be
It is
incredible.
incredible.
Like I
but-
get that it maybe it's boring for you because you hear about it and you're close to it, but that's fucking crazy.
would you still think the
That-
same thing if you found out it was pipes?
But because
No,
there's only
no, of course not.
There's only
Of course not.
two geyser systems in the world.
Really?
Yeah, like that.
Maybe it is one of those things that it's so close, and I've seen it.
I think
since,
there's
like, I
another
was
one in
little.
Japan. That's it.
I still like seeing it. and
There's
I
a lot
fuck
of
with it up there.
geyser
Good
activity
night.
in Iceland also.
We
We're
got
gonna go
like
see.
once
We're gonna
a
go
year,
see it
man.
next week. You're not going.
You're gonna be in Mexico next week.
No, but when you think about what causes Old
You're not
Faithful,
going.
when you think about the the geology that causes Old Faithful and the fact that for decades could pinpoint down to like the second when it was going to erupt, that's fucking crazy. That's insane. And the fact that you can go there and watch it and they're going to be like, it's going to erupt right now, and you can see it erupt when they say, assuming that there's not some conspiracy theory, that's fucking crazy. That's amazing. That's like, why wouldn't you want to go see
Did you
something
find
like
it or
that?
no?
The
I'm
way
not
he
seeing
asked the
something-
question was kind
But-
of weird as well.
But you're going like every year, and it's not
No,
nothing
but
crazy.
I get what he's saying because, like, when we drive, yeah, the mountains and stuff look beautiful, but we get accustomed to them.
Yeah, it's-
So, like, kind of like when Nate and Aaron came to visit, they're like, "Holy crap, that looks
Look
so
at
beautiful."
Ed.
Yeah,
When Ed came
too.
down, he's like, "You paid somebody to make this."
He's
shit
like, this
look
is fake, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He always said that.
So I get where.
But I
John's
still
coming
get a
from.
thrill going, even fucking out the Wolf Flats. I love
right,
that
but
place.
we like go
shut
into
up.
that. But I mean, like,
Damn it, John, I'm not taking you.
can I just go?
So
still?
this is let me read this.
Can I go?
I'm gonna read this. Let's see what you think. Maybe if okay. So National Park Service built a large visitor center around Old Faithful and rely on it to attract 2.6 million tourists a year.
2.6 million?
Yeah, cars are charged
Water.
20 bucks to enter the park,
No, I'm good.
and the Old Faithful in there costs up to $424 a night. So this famous geyser represents about $55 to $60 million in annual revenue. That's big money for natural parks. So if Old Faithful weren't, it would be bad for the Park Service. So the way the theory works is that the geyser was discovered in 1870 and erupted like clockwork for a long time. And then it started becoming irregular in the 1940s and 50s. To combat this problem, an underground pipeline runs from the nearby Firehole River to pump beneath the Old Faithful Lodge and back to the new McOld Faithful. This work was probably done during the 1956 Old Faithful Lodge laundry room renovation. So blah blah. I doubt if it's true, but it's certainly more believable and entertaining than faking the moon landing. Blah blah blah. Okay.
No, that sounds stupid to me.
yeah, they
it
just said
sounds-
faking the moon.
And the thing is,
The reasoning behind it sounds legit. Like it could be a reason why they do it.
the money behind it makes
Yeah,
sense.
But
That makes
other
sense.
than that,
But it's also not, like you were saying, it's not as precise as it used to be.
yeah.
Why would they do that? Like,
People
if
caught
it was
on.
fake, why wouldn't they just keep it Old Faithful and keep it, exact?
People
you
caught
know?
on.
Yeah, but I just don't see that being
So the
like,
the
the
conspiracy
maintenance
is
on
that
that.
it's still spot on.
the maintenance on that would be noticed.
No.
Yeah. People stay at the lodge, fucking 50 feet, what is that? Maybe 300 or 400 feet away from the geyser.
What-
The maintenance would be noticed.
unless you can get from it underground.
The maintenance would still be noticed. You'd still see there'd be a place where the guy goes in underground, and people
What
would
if
be
they
like,
finally
"This is where they go in
maintenance it
underground."
during the pandemic?
Oh, so it's a new conspiracy. Oh, fuck. Yeah, while Yellowstone was closed, because God forbid you be outside during COVID.
So is Old Faithful a conspiracy or is it just legit?
I think it's legit because of what everything else that goes.
Okay,
around.
but every year you go, it doesn't look like it's withered down. Do they maintain it then?
What do you mean it doesn't look like it's withered down?
Because it's
Weathered
steam,
down.
right? That comes out.
Withered,
right?
withered.
Water?
It's
Water-
boiling hot water.
So what happens when water and rock or soil it erodes?
Well, there's minerals in
fair
that.
actually
There's
I get
minerals
that,
in
no?
that water
It
that actually
erodes.
build it up,
but
not erode
over
it.
how many years it's been there?
So
So
Because yes, it
What
can
he-
build
what
it.
he-
go
saying-
into a cave,
Yeah.
and look at the stuff hanging down from the ceiling and going up
Stalagmites,
from the floor.
stalactites.
Right, but this stuff
That's
is
the same kind of stuff that's happening
no
here.
pressure dripping. This is pressurized.
No.
Yes,
The one
with
dripping,
a-
but the one's
with-
going up. What happened with that?
Right, that's what I'm just asking. Like you,
But
think
there's minerals in that water. There's extra stuff, and it's not just
So maybe
plain water.
the erosion and the minerals added are kind of
They
withering
counteract.
together.
counteract, and that's why it looks the same. Okay,
Cancels
solved. Next.
And it probably also doesn't look the same over time.
Nah,
You just don't notice because
I think there's a big old
'Cause you never go.
18-inch
once a year.
pipe underneath that son of a bitch.
I don't think so. I don't believe that.
There's
I don't
a-
believe
there's an
that for a minute. There's too many other geysers around
You
it too.
don't want to believe it.
Like, have you? No. It's not just that. Like,
my home-
have
he's
you
not
walked?
gonna
Have you
sleep.
walked the trails around Old
He's not
Faithful?
gonna sleep.
I'm gonna go down the rabbit hole on this one.
Next time he's gonna take his compass and
No,
his
but
rangefinder.
listen. Have you ever walked the trails around Old Faithful?
Yeah.
Right.
There's like 50 other geysers right
Yeah, but
there.
none of them blow at the same time. That one.
There's
blows.
an old dude shoveling coal into
so why
a
would
fucking
they?
furnace.
So why would they? That makes it like
Right.
It makes no
I'm
sense.
just saying.
It makes
I'm
sense
just
to me.
saying that the
Doesn't,
timing,
but I don't believe it.
and how long it's been doing it.
I think
like,
it's just like a fucking sprinkler system.
It
Put
makes
a timer
perfect
on
sense
that
to me,
bitch.
money wise.
Someone
But
with a button.
I understand the
don't-
money.
I don't think they're doing it.
I do understand the
Yeah,
money,
I-
but
You know what's
it seems stupid to me.
I would let it.
you
not be
know what
faithful.
is stupid? You know how they tell you not to get into the freaking
People do it all the time.
and they
Not to
fucking
get
into the
burn
what?
themselves
They burn themselves.
into the.
Don't step.
They step off the trails.
Off the trails.
Oh yeah, you fall into that water. You're not just
You're
dead,
boiling.
but you're gonna like
Well,
you're
like
gonna
last year,
that
was it?
water
Was it
will
last year?
disappear you.
Last year, some guy's dogs fell in there, and the guy went after them.
And died.
Yeah.
Died.
Oh yeah.
So,
But the dogs were fine.
That's good though.
the last time
At least he
Yeah.
saved them.
He saved the dogs.
He got
That's
the dogs
badass.
out before
That's
they
badass.
died. That's fucking crazy.
last time I went, they looked like deer.
Carcasses.
Markings on the thing. So I'm thinking they probably died because they were out there.
Maybe deer have really light steps. They're magical the way they fucking move. Have you ever heard a deer? You never will. A deer
have.
could walk right past you and you'll barely hear that fucking thing.
I heard them clopping around.
Where?
At Yellowstone.
Do you think
when they cross the street?
Do you think animals?
Yeah, of course. But walking through the woods, no.
Do you
You're not
think
getting
animals
around.
fall in there all the time?
Yeah, I
That's
do.
because they see you. They run away. They're not coming towards you.
Especially wolves chasing them and shit. They'll fall into those things.
Imagine.
Remember that buffalo that's being chased by wolves, and then the buffalo that's behind this other one like pushes him, knocks him over, and keeps running, and the wolves fucking kill him. You never seen that? Yeah, look it up on YouTube.
Do you think they're like the
Look up
people that
asshole
work there?
buffalo. Just
No,
just look
more-
up
more-
asshole
yep,
buffalo on
and then-
YouTube.
Yep. Oh, fuck me.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, look up asshole.
What, you want us to shake your hand?
no. Do you think that the people that like the rangers that work there know of other places that are not open to the public?
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking
Not
some-
necessarily not open to the public, but places that people don't go
Yeah.
that are fucking cool.
Remember the guys that were they were exploring to find new waterfalls in Yellowstone because they said all the waterfalls had been mapped. They're like, all the waterfalls that are in Yellowstone have been mapped, and they're like, well, we want to see if we can find some more so we can map them. They ended up finding over 1,000 more waterfalls.
Damn.
Damn.
That
That's
weren't
insane.
mapped. Yeah, little ones.
And how do
obviously,
they let them? Like usually, you can't fucking go off.
but
Yeah,
helicopters?
you have to stay on
and
trails.
Helicopters.
Do you really have to stay on trails?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, there's a documentary about
Why
it.
is that?
So you don't fall in a geyser or a fucking.
because it's
It's dangerous.
You
It's
could
dangerous. There's
step
some
on you
ground.
could step on ground that just will collapse underneath you and shit like that.
Plus, you don't want to be fucking around, like letting a lot of people go wherever they want and fuck up,
Destroy
Yellowstone,
the whole area,
Destroy the
yeah.
area.
Imagine the first person that discovered that place. You're like, what the hell?
Lewis and Clark.
Yeah, so imagine 2.6 million people wandering through Yellowstone without trails.
They destroy that park.
They'll
Destroyed
destroy it.
within a year.
Did you see what happened on the way to Yellowstone?
A funny thing happened on the way to Yellowstone.
So a lot of I showed John
make a
the
documentary
pictures.
called that.
I guess the flooding and stuff like destroyed some of the roads.
The
and stuff.
roads are like
it was on East
caving
Idaho
in
News.
From
That's
under.
why they closed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was closed today.
Oh, really?
Have you guys
Where?
ever done
In
the whole,
the
the whole
like
tour?
the
South
south entrance or
Have
the
you guys
west
done
entrance?
the whole
Hold
like
on.
circuit?
The loop,
Yeah,
yeah.
the 3-day.
No.
Well, I've done half
What do
the
you-
loop, and then the other time I did the other half.
Look,
What are you
Leo.
talking about?
Supposedly it takes 3 days to go through the whole
holy
The
fuck.
whole-
the whole park from all 3 states.
Damn, that's
3 nights.
So you know how
basically.
there's the loop that gets split.
I know
in the
those.
middle?
Yeah, there's two
correct.
loops. There's two main loops.
Can we go?
You're not going, John.
All Yellowstone entrances are closed.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's from melting snow.
It says
don't
from
know.
rainfall.
From
So-
rainfall,
so
like
due to
flooding.
historic rainfall.
I better not hear anybody complain.
The only
about
thing I
water.
fucking hate about Yellowstone is the bathrooms. Like, if you use obviously if you piss outside, it's fine. But if you use any of the public restrooms, holy fuck, they smell.
They're always disgusting.
and they're
yeah.
gross as shit. Yeah.
Well, it's because people are disgusting. It's not their
people-
bathroom, so they treat it like it's
Yeah.
not their bathroom.
The funny thing is all the pictures like showing how not to take a shit.
That's how they take
in
a
the
shit.
restroom because, especially in a lot of Asian countries, they just have a hole in the ground and you just stand over it and squat and take your shit and then leave.
So what are you saying, Greg?
That's actually more natural, and supposedly actually like better for
Healthy.
your
That's why they sell those step stools.
Are you blaming
They
it on the
probably
Asians?
put that picture because a lot of people would stand on the
yes,
seat
yes.
and fall in. Like,
Probably.
No, yeah, I remember when I went, the bathrooms were filthy.
yeah,
Like,
they
Oh, yeah,
always are.
they're-
But that's how
they're
usually
nasty.
how most recreational.
no, it's
bathrooms-
because
Yeah.
people don't take care of it. Like,
Even if you go to any other national, well,
Any
what are the-
outhouse anywhere is
yeah.
going to stink. That's just the way they're made, and there's no way around it. They're going to stink no matter what.
Okay.
But people also don't take care of them because they stink, and so they're like, "Why do I care?"
Yeah. Okay.
So,
or
like, I'm not gonna take care of
when
it.
it's not theirs.
I
they
went
don't
up
care.
to Bear Lake this last on Saturday. Fuck, them bathrooms were nice.
Really?
You know, they got the shit.
Like actual bathrooms, or were they
No,
like
no, the
fucking
same
Porta
outhouses?
potties,
like
like outhouses.
outhouses.
Yeah.
You know, where you shit and you hear the bottom. Same thing, but they were nice, smelled good.
Maybe they had just barely cleaned it.
whatever.
Was it full of shit?
No, yeah, they were shit.
Did you say he's full of shit?
No, that's fucked up.
No, why would I? Why would I say that?
It
Anyway.
smelled good. It was nice.
So let's move on. So Craig had
So
one.
the bolts turned into that.
Yeah. So Craig had one. What would happen if all of a sudden everybody took a vow of silence, but nobody like at the same time, just everybody took a vow everybody decided not to talk
For 30 days.
for I
But
didn't
nobody.
know.
But I didn't know that you had taken a vow
Depression
of silence,
cases
and
would
you
go
didn't know
through the
that I
roof.
had taken a vow of silence.
Yeah, you've been smoking weed.
And what would happen if you broke the vow of silence?
Oh,
Because you never
death.
Okay.
Yeah,
death.
death penalty.
There would be a lot of depression because, like it or not, we needed to talk to people.
Well, you can
We're
text them.
social human beings.
Yeah,
No,
you
you need to talk. You need to
Yeah,
talk
you
to
do
people.
need to talk.
What about people in people? There's people that take vows of silence all the time.
What if,
Like
what
in
if it sounded
prison, when
like
they put you in the hole? You're fucked.
yeah,
Yeah.
But that's
You can still talk to
solitary.
yourself though. That's
Yeah, but
different.
how are you going to talk to somebody that's not talking back to you?
I'm like, I
But you can still
remember-
interact. Hey,
Yeah, but there's like monks all over the world that take vows of silence for
this is what it would sound like.
months at a time.
Or when your partner
Okay,
is
they'd
mad
be
at
dead.
you.
They'd all be dead.
Oh,
Yeah, when I get a fight with Anna, just
So this is oh shit.
Okay then.
Does going count as silence or
You can't make any noise.
No, no,
can't
no,
make
no,
any
noise.
mouth sounds whatsoever.
So it sounds something like this. That'd be creepy, man.
penalty.
Oh, that'd be creepy. That'd be creepy, man.
let's do a podcast just with the mouth sound
Oh yeah.
for an hour and a half.
Dude,
We'd go like
guys,
minutes.
for a video,
No, we'd fuck
we
that
should do either play like funny videos and whoever fucking laughs or makes a noise fucking gets a punishment.
You know which one I like? The one where they take a drink and they hit each other with a tortilla.
Yeah, the tortilla challenge.
Dude, we should
Oh
do
man,
that.
that one's fucking
Isn't that-
hilarious.
isn't that-
I'll film it.
Isn't that tortilla thing when you ask a question and they don't know the answer?
Yeah, but they started doing it where they just put water and then they slap each
No,
other.
the
with
ones I've seen is they play rock paper scissors, and whoever wins gets to slap the other person with the tortilla.
I should
So
play
there's
it.
varieties.
I should play that with Chad.
And so whoever spits out the water
With
loses.
Maya.
I like the one.
I
with
was
the-
because Chad always loses rock paper scissors.
I like the one with the dad jokes, where they just say they're the dumbest dad jokes, but they have to have a water bottle, so you have to try to say it in a way that's funny to make the other guy laugh. The only thing is, if you do, you got water on your face.
That's true.
From
And a
John-
tortilla
from
to your
John's
face.
mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hard pass.
So anyway, so a lot of depression.
Depression. There'll be a lot of suicides. There would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it would be just really confusing.
Like, why
At
is he
least-
not talking?
Yeah.
It'd be so nice.
No, that's why like a lot of depression because you think people don't like you
But
anymore.
that's only
and, like,
30
why aren't
days,
they
dude.
Talking to you.
I think you would
You
figure
couldn't
it out
do it.
though.
Me?
You couldn't do it
Watch.
for 30 seconds.
You couldn't
John.
do it one day.
Let alone 30 fucking days.
You can do it
Jeez.
one day.
He'll talk here in a little bit.
Yeah.
Watch.
John,
Nah, no, you can't get him like that.
why?
Huh?
Why? Because if we just talk, he's gonna sit there quiet. But if
No,
we're
it's
talking
fine.
to him, he's gonna answer us.
No, it's
I'm
just
sure
gonna be
he'll-
it's gonna be an
I'm
awkward
sure
podcast.
he'll bring something up.
It's good.
So what do you think?
What
Like,
if I offer you a plate of carnitas?
like,
But you have to say yes or no.
like.
Tortilla recién hecha ahí con chilito.
Oh shit, John,
That sounds good.
No? You wouldn't talk?
you want some?
Dude, just talk, cause you're not
I
gonna
know,
make
I
it.
know. R2K.
Can we say that?
No,
We don't even know what it
no,
is.
John, no.
Did you see the one he drew? That's in my door.
But he was calling it something else.
Did he
He was
actually
calling
know.
no. He was calling the R3.
He copied the
the
thing, but
R3A.
just changed the handle.
R2D2.
He was calling it the
Did you
R3A.
fucking copy it?
He was calling it the. What were you calling it?
You already made a sound, John. Why you gotta acting like you're still thinking
told
about
you.
outside?
See? Told you.
Thank you.
Say
There
we
you
do
go.
it.
Anyway, let's keep
Yeah,
going.
let's
man.
keep going. So
Fucked up.
I told you.
Oh shit. This is not good. Oh, we only have 1 minute and 19 seconds left.
Of what?
18 seconds, 17 seconds. If you keep on talking, we're going to.
of what?
Memory.
Memory on the.
Oh, why didn't you plan for this, John?
This is, you know.
That was my fault. I should have probably.
Do you have
Can,
another,
can we pause it for
do
a
you have
second?
another
And can you
card
delete
that
it
you
on
can
your
put
phone?
in?
I can
Files?
delete it on my phone.
All right.
Hold on. Let's pause it.
We're going to be
gonna take
paused. All right.
We're gonna take a
Just
pause.
don't delete this file.
Yeah, I'm just hitting stop, right? And then
Don't
stop.
do anything
All
on
right.
that though.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you're fine on that.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So do the.
It wasn't recording.
Can I just eject it?
Yeah, it was.
It was recording.
Huh?
It's not
It wasn't
recording. It's green.
You're joking.
No.
I thought that's the one I had to push.
I think he pressed it again after I pressed it.
You're joking.
No, it's still green.
No, it's still green. But I thought that's the one that I had to push.
Take a look, Jesus.
No, I believe you. If you say it's green, it's green.
Take a look.
Is it green?
Take a look.
No, you're good.
Yeah, his cholesterol went
This is
through
like
the
the
roof right
first
now.
time that I've ever kept a joke.
You
And I've
almost
been
fucked
like,
it up.
no, it's red.
Yeah.
You guys are fucking colorblind.
Oh, shit.
John could never run this podcast
His cholesterol went through the
because
roof.
he can't see red and green.
He'll be fine.
He can't tell the difference whether it's recording or not. Yeah, but you can't tell whether the light is red or green, John. That's why I said you can't run the fucking podcast. I'm not saying you're fucking retarded. I'm just saying
You did.
you're,
You're just
you're
thinking it.
colorblind.
You're just thinking it.
First, he said that. Why
Well,
didn't you
now
take?
I'm thinking it, but I wasn't.
First, it was the physical
You're always
education
thinking it.
classes.
Tell me
No.
a day you haven't been thinking that.
No, you know what? I've been
Okay,
I've been
gave him-
noticeably trying to
he
be
gave him some
nicer to
couches?
John.
Huh? I
gave
know.
him some couches?
I know that they're homies now.
That's cool.
They're
So about the carnitas, where the fuck are you gonna get carnitas on a Monday?
He's still
that is a good question. That is a good question.
Costco.
No,
Oh, those are gross.
go to.
Did you try them?
I tried. Yeah, we did try the carnitas.
I think Taco Bell.
No,
They're
they're,
alright,
they're
but-
good. yeah.
Taco Bell.
For not having any around here.
Who's carnitas?
Really?
Taco Bell.
I didn't like them.
Costco.
Costco has carnitas? Can we go and get some?
Are we,
I
are
mean-
we
Yeah,
good
but you
again?
have to take them out y tú los debes que dorar.
Don't treat them like carnitas.
Recording?
Think like they're just shredded pork.
Oh, that's not good.
Like
No.
The ones we had
To
this
me, they were
weekend
shredded
weren't,
pork.
weren't too hot either.
Okay, are you recording
No,
again?
No, they were.
Yeah,
alright.
we're running. We're good.
You do it. You can do it loud.
Okay, before we
If I had my
continue,
gavel,
what makes
or
good carnitas? Especially you, since you stayed in a different part
Why,
of
'cause I'm
Mexico.
white?
No, because you were in a different part of Mexico. Well, I've
Carnitas
never-
wasn't very common in Sonora, actually.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
really.
Yeah, I mean, I had them there, but it wasn't like a super common thing.
to me, what makes good carnitas is the texture more than because like the taste. You can make it taste really good, but if it's like really dry,
Yeah,
then they're no good.
or they don't have color when they get served.
The
Like,
color-
Como
the
si,
co-
para
the
mí,
white color helps.
Si no la sellan,
If it's not sealed yet.
if you don't seal the meat,
Yeah.
they're not going to be that good.
dude, because almost all of the ones I've seen at like weddings or quinceañeras, they look white, like
Yeah.
pale.
They're
That
not
sealing,
sealing.
the sealing part is
Gives it the color.
so and it keeps it moist, so it's not so it
yeah,
doesn't dry out.
torres secas and So,
So for me, carnitas is when you pick them with the tongues, they fall apart, and then you see it kind
Están
of
hasta doraditas
yeah,
afuera poquito.
doraditas poquito, but it also has like almost like that, like grease. They're almost greasy, but they're not. Like, I don't know. It's weird. It's juice,
Es puro juguito.
and they have to have like for me, they have to have costillitas, like somewhere there,
Okay, thank you guys for.
right? They have to have costillitas, and
do.
obviously cueritos have to be
dude, I
a thing.
love cueritos.
Cueritos
Yeah,
have
I love
buche,
buche. Do you
buche.
guys like buche? I
Oh,
love
hell yeah.
tacos of buche.
What's the next
Oh.
question? We jump off track, off topic.
I
So
got
yeah,
hungry.
okay, so we had to come back, right? So that was Craig's. And then what would so he had one? What would happen if gas just disappeared?
Same thing.
It wouldn't smell.
Like also, not that gas, fool. Gasoline. So you still have diesel. Diesel still a thing?
But don't you need
That was a
gas
fair-
in order to?
The duty
to get
to make
diesel? I
Well,
don't
no,
know.
he said gas.
No.
He didn't say
Gasoline.
petroleum.
Gasoline.
He didn't say petroleum.
Yeah, I didn't say petroleum.
So we
just
would
gasoline.
we would be fine.
So E85.
Who is
90, 90.
what?
Who is we?
We the consumers, because
What consumers?
Do you have a diesel?
petroleum is still there. So they're
His
just gonna
regular does.
wake.
Huh?
That's
Yeah.
what it does.
My father
So
does.
what he's saying is you'll just have to wait a little bit for them to refine to make more
Yeah.
gasoline.
Okay, but what if you live 45 minutes away from where you work and you don't have a diesel engine and you have to drive to work every day?
No,
you're out of
you
gas
won't
in a
go to
day,
you
and you're out
won't
of
go
gas
to
in
work
like 2
until
days.
someone figures it out.
Yeah,
Like,
so you're fucked.
I'm not.
why would you fuck?
you're not
Everybody
gonna
else
get
would be
paid.
fucked. Everybody else.
No,
would
you're
be
still
fucked.
fucked because all the gasoline disappears, so you can't drive home.
Yeah, we couldn't probably even run the power here if this is on that's cool. Huh?
I don't know.
I don't know what kind of power source we get from.
In Idaho?
Rocky
Not
Mountain
sure.
Power.
Rocky Mountain, it's coal.
Is it
It's
cool?
Most
coal,
of it's
right?
probably coal.
Yeah.
They're probably stealing some. They're probably getting some from the wind farms and there's
wind
actually a
farms are
lot
selling
of
some
there's a lot of
too.
hydroelectric power in Idaho too.
Oh,
Yeah.
Then okay, maybe the power would.
So a lot of people would be fine,
They just couldn't drive home.
but
Depend.
the
Yeah, I
majority
mean it
would-
depends.
What about
a lot
the
of people
bigger
that
boats?
a lot of people that live in cities, they'd be fine.
the what?
What do they use? The big boats?
Oh,
They're-
fuck,
they're-
like
they're
shipping,
using-
like the
Ships?
Yeah,
They're
like,
using
They,
Solar
some of them use
like
diesel.
resources that bring resources over.
Yes.
Yeah, diesel.
They gas they don't really use. Them big
No.
they won't use gas. Vehicles are
Diesel, and then some of them
are
are.
Just on smaller engines, they use gas.
gas. Yep.
I think
Because all the truckers would still be fine, so we'd still be getting goods. Machinery would still be fine.
But you don't think they would skyrocket the price
Of gas?
of diesel?
absolutely.
Yeah.
No,
because
absolutely.
the demand would
Yeah,
just
it just shoot up.
just ruin it.
But you know,
They would
So
have
even with a diesel engine, you'd still be fucked because you're
'Cause-
going to be waiting in line for an hour.
Like
just to
say
fill
it
up the
goes
tank,
from
if not more.
say $5 a gallon,
it's
right?
$35.
No, I know. I'm
It's
saying say it goes
$5.80.
from 5 to like 15 to 20 because they can put whatever price they want
You
on
still
it
have
now.
to go to work.
Yeah, but
you
they,
still-
they can put whatever price they want it, right?
But you still have to go
it
to work.
happens if it's
2 day work weeks, I think, would be the thing.
2-day work
Two 16-hour day. Because
224.
4-day work weeks save you a lot on gas. Like, if you look at it during the whole year, save you because you're actually probably driving around shopping or whatever, but they technically save you on the amount of money you spend on.
So it would just be longer.
It'd just be
work days.
longer and it'd be more expensive for sure. You
yeah,
spend
but
a lot
the
more money.
availability would be taxed so hard, just because everybody would
you
be
spend
trying
a
to
lot
use
of
that
money.
instead.
You spend a lot of money, but you
Imagine,
But I don't
like,
think I think the availability
You don't
would have a limit. Like
you can't afford it, and you see someone driving by. Man, I remember those days.
That or innovation would start. Like when something goes down, that's when people start innovating for something. So if it ever happens again, it doesn't affect them. So we'll
yeah,
have-
but
you have a bus
you've got to
driver with
live.
the
But
fucking
you've got to live
with the
through
big
that.
mountain bike and all the little kids in the back.
we'll have hydro cars. Water won't run out.
No, the last guy that tried to invent a hydro car got shot.
Did you really?
Yeah, but if we're
You
all
ever heard
inventing-
that one of the guys that got shot during the Buffalo shooting was trying to come up with a water car?
You think it was a conspiracy?
well, it was steamboats run off of just coal and
Steamboats run off of steam.
right, but coal to heat up the steam,
The water.
the water to create steam.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not sure how a steam engine works.
I think so. I think they
I
use
thought,
coal to
yeah, I'm not sure.
like the steam
Probably.
the steam locomotives. That's what they.
Do you think it would like push like to like a well not like a depression?
Absolutely.
Oh, we're already
Absolutely.
headed there.
Depression.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Have you seen how depressed we are today?
I was gonna say because I ain't happy with my stock performance.
Yeah, pretty depressed.
Yeah, I think the immediate effects of gasoline disappearing would be devastating. It'd be insane. Just because you have a diesel, all the diesel's going to disappear because people are going to stock up on it, and you're not going to find it. It's
So
going to
what
be.
if I stuck
Well,
on
then
it?
you might be fine until somebody wants your diesel, or many people
Have
want your
fun,
diesel.
motherfuckers.
Well, yeah, I understand that you would. I understand that you would fire back, but there's only so many people you're going to be able to
Yeah,
fend off.
just don't miss and hit
You know
the
what I mean?
diesel. Fuck.
Like
Hit the
it's like that thing that people think, you know, if the power goes out, I'll just head into the hills. Well, guess what, motherfucker? That's where everybody's going. And just because you may have land there or
So
a
we'll
spot
make a
picked out,
community
or
is what you're saying.
or like you've got your little like off-grid place, like you don't think somebody else is just going to stumble upon it, you know? Like that's I don't really think that's going to work. Plus, what happens if it's the middle of winter? Then you're really fucked, especially around here. Like, you're going to have a hard time surviving in the middle of winter.
And then everything is going to go up because if diesel goes up, like getting resources to places is going to go up, and they're going to make their money back.
So at Costco, they sell these giant
Packages.
bins of emergency food. Have you seen those?
Yeah.
They're supposed to last
No, I've never
20
been
years,
to
I think,
Costco.
something like that.
Really? Like it's up to 20 years of food, or the food that's
No,
in
no,
there
no,
is supposed to
it'll
last.
say-
It'll last
Oh.
you 20 years. Yeah, I
so
think
you
the
have to
food will
buy-
only last you like 6 months, no? Something like that.
Yeah, 6 more. 6. I think they're different.
Depends on the thing. Most of them are like 3 days worth.
It was like
go-
$50.
I'd go through it in a week.
My mom has enough rice and beans for the next 2 decades, I swear. And it's just for this month.
Yeah, I mean, like, think about it. I would have gas for a week and a half, maybe, and then I'd be out. And then
From
I
where?
would- Oh well, yeah. So my tank is just completely empty. All of a
Yeah,
sudden.
all
It's
the
not-
gas disappeared.
Okay,
They
so
have
it's
to
gone out of
they
my
have-
tank.
They have to make more.
So
Chill out.
I would be able to ride a bike to work, but it would take me an hour to get there and an hour to get home. You know, like the amount of time to get to and from work would be crazy. We wouldn't be able to get the materials that we normally get. Like shit would
It's
just
all like normal.
You should have said,
immediately get crazy.
you should have said diesel because I feel like I've read something in Texas when the whole like gas thing was going on that they were making clandestine diesel out of gas, which is a normal thing to do.
Yeah, but the gas is gone, so you can't even do that.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. It would have been better if it was diesel because we will
Okay,
figure it
how
out.
about it's better if we just nothing disappears?
What
Yeah.
if mosquitoes disappeared? We all
Dude, that would sound like a good thing, but I think there's
or
a
the
reason why it would
I,
be bad.
I
right?
heard,
Agents
I
out
heard
there.
We looked
something
it up.
about
We
that,
looked it
like
up one time.
collapsing the whole world's ecology or something.
Because I know
shit
if
like that.
Yeah, I
spiders disappeared, it'd be
remember.
bad,
Same with
right?
bees.
I wonder
right?
if Mr. Flowers.
Same
would-
with bees.
Bees
Yeah,
would
bees
be
for sure.
devastating immediately within one season.
What about those
yeah.
pigeons?
Not a week, but
Fucking
No,
Fuck
pigeons
those
pigeons can get fucked.
yeah, fuck the pigeons.
no.
Let's start a
Those
petition.
pigeons are the ones that eat the mosquitoes.
But there's a lot more birds that fucking eat the mosquito.
They
Yeah.
eat the worms.
Yeah, we would just have more
eat the
of
rats.
some other bird. Like
Yeah.
we'd
They
have
eat
more
rats?
doves, and they're delicious.
Yeah, dude.
You don't
Birds
know.
eat rats?
No.
I was like, what?
I mean, yeah,
Hawks?
some birds eat rats. Absolutely.
Eagles,
Oh yeah,
There's
yeah,
many
those-
predatory birds out there.
We should get one.
fucking owls.
Those things are
I
creepy.
remember going through an owl pellet and fucking getting little bones. And
It's just
shit.
like hair. There's like full skeletons of mice in there.
Yeah, when you
pellets.
put it out, you can make full mice.
Yeah, there's people that make a bunch of money searching for those to sell to schools.
The
Owl?
bones?
Oh,
We should make
owl shit.
Owl shit. Owl
Oh.
pellets. Going.
We should make some fucking resin handles out of an
Owl
owl
shit?
pellet. Yeah.
Didn't they say owls are
Birds, yeah.
connected to like aliens and stuff like that?
T-Rexes and shit.
Octopuses.
Something like that.
Octopi.
Did you
Is it
see that they
octopi?
found a
Is it
piece of
octopi?
T-Rex up in fucking Caribou?
I heard that.
Did they really?
There's actually a lot of dinosaur remnants in Idaho. Like over by Twin Falls, there's like a whole spot where there's
Yeah, up and Caribou's like an hour and a half from here, and they found T-Rex. I think bones and shit like that.
bones or like teeth or
You get money if you find stuff like that. Like say you
if it's on your land, I believe so.
Yeah,
I
if it's
believe
not on your land,
because if it's on your land, you own it, so you can sell it. If it's public land, I don't think so.
or what
Yeah.
what happens if you get
Caribou.
jacked like what's his name's son on Yellowstone?
Yeah.
They get jacked on the reservation.
No
what's his name?
spoilers.
What?
I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was
watch
gonna say
it.
you have
Not-
plenty of time to watch it.
Yeah, I
It's-
know. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
It's like don't spoil a Titanic for me.
What's his name? Casey?
I've seen-
Casey's son?
Casey.
What's Casey's son's name? Because they find a dinosaur.
Chase.
Chase. I think it's Chase.
Chase, yeah. I
No,
think-
the dude is Casey.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
his
but
son
Chase.
is
His,
Chase.
son's Chase?
Tate.
Tate.
Yeah.
Tate. Yeah.
Dang. Dude,
Good
that
old
chick,
Tate.
his wife is a bitch fucker.
Whoa.
Okay.
Okay.
Damn.
Then.
She's pretty.
Sorry.
She's
yeah,
very
yeah,
pretty.
she's pretty.
It's called acting.
She's beautiful.
That's what she has to do.
Fuck her, dude. Jesus.
No, I mean,
Did you know that?
I would.
Did you know
No,
that
I
the same
wouldn't.
thing that's creating Yellowstone right now created Craters of the Moon?
yes, I did. It's a hot spot.
Pretty fucking cool, huh?
Yeah.
It's a mantle plume.
Mantle plume.
I,
spot.
I remember that in
Yeah,
school.
Hagerman.
Okay, you guys have
Hagerman
any
is
more?
is the spot.
Is that all we
There's-
had?
There's the
wrote
Hagerman
that
Fossil
far.
Beds National Monument. So over by Twin Falls in Hagerman, there's a whole like place where they found like.
Well,
tons
okay,
of
I have
bones.
one. I have one. What do you think would happen if just randomly you didn't know what, but every day you'd switch languages?
Ingus.
Damn.
Do you remember the old languages?
No. Well, you remember that you spoke them, but you don't like. You might remember a few words, but your vocabulary is completely new every day.
But you know it. You don't have
You
to
know
learn
it.
it.
No, you don't have to learn it. It's just all of a sudden now you speak
Today's
French.
Spanish and tomorrow
So,
Mandarin.
Yeah.
but what if the people around you are speaking a different language every day too?
And just that,
But what if you
Just-
know?
and then you're
what
not
if you
all
know
in the same
What if you
you'd
know
be
two
using
languages?
Google Translate on your phone.
What if you know two languages? Do you get two languages?
Two brand new languages the next day.
Hey, Portuguese. We.
But everybody's different every day.
What?
Yeah.
Portugués.
Yeah, I think that Google Translate would be in fucking insane.
Would be
Is your
would be indispensable.
He tried to say Portuguese in some other language and then said "we," which is French.
Because I have two languages, so I get two.
Yeah, you don't have
You
half
barely
a
have two.
language.
if you're trying to say Portuguese, is Portugués.
You don't know what language you're trying to say.
You know how
Oh,
you know how there's Spanglish.
You guys don't know. You guys are dumb. Poor John.
You know how
are
there's you know how there's Spanglish.
Yeah.
Is there like another
Another
two languages that would be
Oh,
like
dude, I
Spanglish?
bet Portugal and Spain. I bet there's a lot of
Chévere, bo.
because they border each other. I bet the
Pucha,
border
Portugal,
towns.
Portugal.
gran hijo de la gran
Portuguese?
Conga mierda.
I don't know what they would call it.
Spanish,
I learned a few words.
Spanish,
Yeah.
Portugués.
Bocerote. I learned that one the other day.
That's
What's
Guatemala.
that?
No. It's southern countries.
Yeah, it's like calling somebody.
Argentinian.
It's like calling somebody a retard.
Yeah, it's Argentinian.
Really?
Of course, they probably were calling him that.
But it's like,
That's how they're teaching them.
but it's not cerote de like.
Were they calling you
poop.
that?
It's
No.
cerote de
I
big
learned
zero,
that from
like
this
you
guy
big
that
failure,
came to Blade.
right? John? It's cerote de like big zero, like you big nothing.
No, it means like you piece of shit.
I think it's more like
Like un cerote que se te sale del fundi.
No, I don't think they use it as cerote
Yeah.
like as
Yeah,
a,
it's like a
as
really,
shit.
really offensive word.
No, I know it is, but I think it's more like a big zero, like
No.
you're worthless.
No.
Como chango cerote.
yeah, that sounds right.
Maybe, do you know
That
that
would make
guy,
more sense
the
than what-
Yeah, it doesn't
Argentinian
sound
that
like-
came
I
to the
don't think
table
they
that I
use
told you?
cerote as a
He's the one that told me that.
piece of turd.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Because that's a Mexican.
I mean, he did have an Argentinian tell him.
we should look up where
Yeah.
cerote comes from.
He's,
my
I don't know what he does.
my thought was that it was like hill people, but that would be cerrote. So yeah, I never actually considered that until just now today.
Well, cerote.
Yeah, good. You shouldn't.
so-
you should have never considered that.
Yeah. Now that John brought it up.
Ya tú sabes,
Ya
papi.
tú sabes, loco.
No, sí.
I think he's right.
Oh, no.
¿Cuál es tu
No.
temor más grande de la vida? Que me venga un dominicano
Calm
papi,
down,
me
John.
But
diga,
that's in Mexico.
ya tú sabes, loco. Y aquí.
Okay, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry.
So
John.
I think that people wouldn't even notice if they like all of a sudden just spoke a different language every day.
I think people around you.
Because everybody would use the Google Translate. It would just be a thing that everybody did, and you wouldn't even think about it. Like you wouldn't even necessarily realize you're speaking a different language every day.
I think you would.
No, I think you would because
Yeah, but you would just know.
because
it.
you'd have the memory that you spoke a different language the day before, but you don't know.
No,
like
but,
you don't
but
know.
also you might get two different languages than the
You
two
might-
different that I got.
you
So-
might learn
that's what I'm
eventually.
saying. Like,
Okay.
so every day I would be using Google Translate to understand what the fuck you're saying, and you would be doing the same thing to understand what the fuck I'm
But I
saying.
think the beginning of it would be.
We couldn't do this
fucking
podcast
crazy.
though anymore. Yeah, the few getting used to it the first few months.
Yeah, that'd be,
Or it would be in-
but then it'd be
Or
like-
each
All
episode
countries.
would be in a different language.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would just be something that people
Today in Mandarin.
live.
But since you recall the language, do you remember the language?
You might remember
No.
a few words,
Oh,
like one or two that you remember that you spoke it, but you don't remember. Like
because I mean, if
probably
you
the
remember,
basics.
if you remembered it, then it would just take one full rotation
Maybe
of all
on
the
the
languages.
maybe on the fourth or fifth.
How many
cycle.
languages is there?
200 and something, I think.
Is that
No.
counting like dead languages?
No, there's
Oh, dead languages is probably more.
Is that counting like undiscovered languages?
Well, there isn't.
You don't. Yeah, no, there
that
is.
you know of.
They're called dead languages, the ones that like get forgotten.
But what about like the countries in Central America that like those tribes that haven't been
Like
found
the
yet?
Matisse?
No, they've been found.
Yeah, but there's not very many tribes that
There still is.
is there?
In the jungle, there's maybe a handful that are uncontacted.
Did you see they found two bodies when they were looking for those two guys in Brazil that disappeared? So they were. Where were they?
In Brazil?
Huh?
In Brazil?
Yeah, but they were doing something down there.
Oh no, I did hear about that. I think it was around in the Amazon jungle.
Yeah, and they think the loggers and shit got to them.
Damn.
There are approximately 7,111 languages
Yeah,
spoken
so-
today.
You
When
were
said
off by
200.
about 6,900 and some.
Yeah, so there's like
Technically, you could've been out
190.
by
So there's like
7,000.
190 something countries, but there's a fuckload of languages.
Yeah, because
That's probably including all sorts of dialects too, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's this. I know this lady that she doesn't really know Spanish. She only understands it, but she speaks dialect.
speaks dialect.
There are over 700 languages spoken in Indonesia alone.
Damn.
Damn.
Well, it kind of reminds you of like first you think everybody speaks Chinese, but then you don't realize that there's different Chinese languages. There's like what?
Really?
Yeah, there's
Mandarin,
Cantonese,
Cantonese,
Mandarin.
And then dialects
Listen.
between, and then dialects,
Listen,
dialects as you go from
language?
place to place. That's fucked up, dude.
Marucha.
That's not a language.
Champurrada.
Champurrado. Fuck.
Just start naming.
Is that a bad thing to say?
Probably.
Well, shit. I'm sorry.
we'll cut it out. Don't worry.
I'm sorry to all my Chinese Mexican friends. And
Wow,
You can't
40
speak Maruchan no more.
40%.
Maruchan's fucking delicious. I like that panda fucking thing. Did you hear that pandas might be like not real? Have you ever heard about that? That pandas might be like lab grown.
Really?
Cause like
That sounds dumb too.
Cause like have you
You're
seen the
gonna
way a
get-
panda pisses?
You're gonna get Craig not fucking sleep
Yeah.
tonight. with
So
fucking-
pandas
Oh, you
pee.
guys and your weird conspiracy theories.
Pandas
damn
pee
it.
with their head down like the like. And
But yeah, they're just
What?
fucking weird animals.
they only eat bamboo, right? Or that's
I think
but
that's
they're
their main diet.
But they're carnivores. Their digestive system isn't meant for bamboo.
But I thought pandas weren't even actually bears. Like
And
they're called panda
no.
bears, but I thought they're not actually a bear.
They're not. And then like their stomach can't even digest the shit they're eating. So it takes them like they're always constipated. They're always fucking in pain probably. The female's she can only ovulate
birth?
for like 1 day out of the whole fucking year. So if you don't, get to her,
If you don't
that
fuck
day,
her on the right day,
if you
it's
don't
not
fuck
gonna
her,
happen.
there's nothing. You're not gonna have any little baby pandas. It's a whole shit show. You've never look
I'll
up
look
why
that up.
pandas
God
are
damn it, I'm
fucking
gonna look
weird.
that up too, motherfucker. Old Faithful pandas. God damn it.
UFO.
It's fucking up my day.
Oh no! Wait till you hear this one. So this guy,
pandas
this is gonna be
real?
for another podcast. I'm just gonna say what it is, but we'll talk about it at a different podcast. I just want to kind of bring it up so you can kind of
Start.
They fired a guy from Google because
Oh, yeah.
he said that AI is beginning to get sentient. Because
I heard that this morning.
So
So we're
we'll
gonna
talk
be
about
able to
that.
have 5 half-size
talk about
Leos or 1.
No, fuck you, John. We're past that. Look at this. Out of those 7,000 languages, roughly 40% of them are in danger of like disappearing, and like
Yeah,
a
we see
whole
all
bunch of
the
them are only
no
spoken.
Sabo kids now.
Did you ever hear about about 2 guys that were the last 2 that spoke this language, but they refused to speak to each other because they didn't fucking like each other?
That's fucked up.
Yeah,
No, I didn't hear that.
I can't remember.
I believe
where
it, though.
was. Yeah,
Yes.
Do you think English is going to be irrelevant down in the future?
not really.
Nah.
Yes. You go far enough, absolutely.
Well, yeah, because
Like what? How
It's
far
a-
into the future are we talking?
it's
here?
evolving, and
don't
so
know.
a lot of words aren't gonna be.
Like-
Imagine when bet is like in the dictionary
Oh,
as, and that's the
As
correct
something
term.
else.
No, that's the correct term.
Bet, brother.
A form of agreement. Like,
Yes. Bet.
Not monetary value.
Yeah, roughly 40% of languages are currently endangered, many of which are being sustained by handfuls of less than 1,000 speakers.
And it's those people that you know how they have to get those translators to translate the dead languages, or languages that they don't speak of anymore. Because I saw some Egyptian documentaries, and they had to have fly in this special lady because she was the only one that could translate.
They're
You know-
still guessing on the hieroglyphics, though.
Yeah.
You know how those translators that you can get through phone. So like if you call a company and you need a translator,
Yeah,
there's
Bruce
a number
used
you
to
can
work
call.
for them.
Yeah. So anyway, those guys, like they have to translate exactly what you say. So if you say something bad, like they have to translate it. So
And they're supposed to do it with no emotion.
no emotion.
Like, you're a little piece of shit.
Yeah, so if you're
Eres
like, you know
un
what, you
pedacito de
stupid
mierda.
son of a bitch, they're supposed to just say, like, you know what, you stupid son of a bitch. Like, that's how they're supposed to translate.
For
Hey,
what?
hey, no le digas esto. He just said, don't say this to him.
Yeah, he just said
has
not to say this. Yeah.
Damn.
Damn. Crazy.
No, I think that
You guys have
Google
any
one-
more?
I'm going to be
One more?
Craig's translator.
One more?
John.
One last one?
No, we're good.
What would happen? Last one. I got last one. What would happen if all of a sudden John's IQ went from...
We can't pick on.
Was what he thought
Okay,
it is?
okay. Let's not do John's IQ.
Oh, okay.
Just in general.
was
Your
gonna have so much
IQ
fun.
fluctuated. Like, on a daily... Like, some days you're fucking Einstein, some days you're... Like,
John.
Well, we're pretty low over here, so we can only go from up.
That would be
Don't pick on John.
He fucking tripped to the finish line with that one.
Yeah.
He barely got it out.
that would be so frustrating to go from like being able to comprehend and understand things and
And one day on, one day off, like that.
Like, it could be...
'Cause I would
Maybe-
I would
maybe it
take
fluctuates only
every
a
other
couple-
day off.
It could be weeks where you're fine, weeks where you're just normal, and then weeks where you're like, ugh.
if there's days where you're like totally just like
Useless.
mentally handicapped, would you even notice?
You wouldn't, but people around
But then
you would.
maybe the next day you would notice when you're
Yeah.
smart again. All of a sudden you're smart again. You're
What
like,
was
"Man,
up
that
with you
fucking
last
sucked."
week?
Yeah, I
You
don't
were-
know. Sugar levels, I don't know.
Or maybe you would find out that you were happier when you were
Dumb.
dumber,
Yeah, leave yourself notes. Like,
like Memento.
Well, if you're dumb, you can't
Nah,
remember
I
to
never
leave
watched
you
Memento.
notes.
You know what I'm talking about?
I never...
But if
watched
you're
it.
smart,
But I imagine.
The dude
would.
had a
Fair enough. Huh?
50 First Dates.
Yeah,
okay.
dude.
You know,
that
how
was
she had
good.
that
Yeah,
brain
yeah,
injury and like she couldn't make new memories. Memento is the same thing, but like dark.
Then she had
Really?
to,
Yeah.
she had to play
would
that
like it.
movie
Oh, I'll have to
every
check it
morning
out.
when she would wake up
Oh yeah, the whole thing.
again.
what is that called when somebody has to repeat that
Amnesia.
dementia?
It's a
Oh,
it's a
what-
specific type of amnesia
Groundhog Day?
or
Groundhog Day.
I
That's
can't
a
remember
good
what
ass movie.
I can't
dude.
remember what it's called.
Did you
but,
watch
like,
finally?
Yeah, it's super good.
You finally watched Groundhog Day.
Yeah, when you told me the day after.
Really?
Yeah,
It's good, huh?
yeah, it's really good. If you haven't seen that one,
Who's in Groundhog Day?
what's his name? He's in like those. I can't remember the '70s
Yeah,
show.
Ghostbusters. Was
Yes,
I
it's
forgot
an
his
older
name.
movie.
I forgot his name too.
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray. Yep.
Good old Bill Murray.
guys. Come on.
My favorite is when my favorite is Zombieland,
Yes.
where they shoot him and
Yes.
And he dies forever.
Yeah, and then he's like, and then he says something, and
Yeah.
she's like, and she starts laughing.
he's like, yeah.
She's
She's like,
like-
oh, that's so sad, but
Yeah.
that was funny. Yeah, that's a good movie. Anyway, okay, so we're done.
Yes.
No, Jesus, you got 3 minutes left. Keep
No,
going.
He looks like he wants to leave.
Let's do
Okay,
it.
yeah, fine. All right,
gotta
we're
move
done.
it safe, so.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm still moving.
So yeah, so we'll do more of these and buy our stuff. Go to our website, topsidegrind.com. We have some cool patches, stickers, shot glasses,
Water bottles.
The
The merch
date
is
with-
fucking cool.
A date with John.
Yeah, David John.
No,
That's
we're not
cool.
doing
I
that.
don't
Nobody's gonna buy
I
that.
don't want to hang out with anybody.
We'd have to pay them.
Okay, so
So no date with John,
a date
but
with carts.
you can buy a bucket of dicks. You can buy a 43rd place child patch. Shot glasses are fucking sick.
Yeah, especially nowadays where everybody gets a trophy. Go get your son a trophy if he's not very good at sports.
Yeah, and get yourself a patch to show that your son got a trophy for not being good at sports.
How do you do this, Edgar?
So you
So
hit,
just
you hit
click
this
the
button.
right,
the,
right red button.
And we're done.
Peace.
Well, later, guys.
Bye, everyone.
See you guys.
See you guys.